What is up, everybody? Bootman here, and we are back with another Marvel Snap video. And this is the next video in a series that I have named the Deck Check, and we're gonna be checking out a deck from MegaMogwai, all right? If you watched my last video, which you should, my last video was 7 proven decks to help you reach infinite, I mentioned MegaMogwai and the deck that he used, okay? Well, this deck comes from him, and I cannot tell you how much fun I have with this deck. The perfect combination for me is a fun deck that gets you some cubes, okay? So let's jump into it, but before we do, if you're new here, hi, my name is Chris, AKA Bootman. If you love Marvel Snap as much as I do, make sure you subscribe and ring that notification bell. I love competitive Snap, talking about decks that will help you reach infinite, but I also like testing out decks for you, especially since tokens are so scarce, and there's a lot of videos telling you about awesome cards, awesome decks. Before you spend those tokens, I want to test it out for you, okay? So that's why I started this series. Make sure you subscribe. We're trying to hit 3,000 subscribers by the end of the year. We're pretty close, all right? So your Christmas present to me is to help me get to 3,000 subs by the end of the year. And everybody who has subscribed, you are amazing. We were just at like 700 subscribers like a week and a half ago. So this is amazing. It's awesome. My dream as a lifelong gamer has been to make gaming content and actually have people watch it. This is a very saturated space, so I'm very appreciative to you. I love this game, and yeah, I couldn't be happier. All right, but let's jump into this. Hey, what's up, everybody? Editing, bad lighting, Bootman here. Just real quick, I screwed up my audio in the last video. I figured out what's going on, and it should be fixed, but I recorded this video that you're watching right now earlier with the bad audio. So I've done my best to equalize it. Kind of sucks that the last video had bad audio because it's performing very well, but if you can find it within your hearts to forgive me, be greatly appreciated. And real quick updating, because since we uploaded that last video, we have officially hit 3,000 subscribers. Thank you to all of you. You're all amazing. I love growing this community. It's awesome. You're helping me out, and I like helping you with these videos and helping improve your game and stuff. So yeah, just thanks for understanding the audio, but you know what else? Now, I'm gonna ask you, help me hit 4,000. Let's hit 4,000 subscribers. I think we could do it because everybody here is awesome. All right, but anyways, gonna jump back into the video. Enjoy it, super fun deck. Make sure you check out Mogwai's channel. And yeah, back to other Chris. So this is called a bounce deck. By the way, I need somebody smarter than me who has been doing card games a lot longer than I am to make a video, or maybe you want to leave a comment down below. There are so many like deck names that nobody explains. All right, I'm newer to the card game scene, even though, you know, I've been in competitive gaming for a while. So like, I kept hearing bounce decks. I'm like, what the heck is a bounce deck, right? So yeah, we need somebody to do like a glossary video. So if you're watching, you're a content creator, go for it. That's something that's needed in this community. So this is a bounce deck. I'm gonna switch over and we're gonna watch MegaMogwai's video on this, breaking down the deck. He's gonna do a lot faster than me, or not a lot faster, he's gonna do it better than me, but I'm gonna play it faster. So normally I watch everything at 2x speed. He is gonna be talking at 1.5 speed. That's our compromise. But if you want a little hack that will help you get through podcasts, longer videos, start leveling up your listening speed, watching speed to 2x. You consume it a lot faster. And I could do a whole video about the myth that, oh, we're just like speeding everything up and like making everything fast and skimming. No, you can retain the information. It's how I get through hundreds of books every single year. Trust me, you can do it, all right? So anyways, let's watch. I'll add in a little bit of commentary too. But yeah, he's gonna break down this deck.
The Collector Falcon Bounce, which is one of my favorite archetypes to play, and really underrated at that. Falcon, I got this new variant actually through the seasonal.
Love it.
I did not free to play. I actually got it randomly, free. That must be like really confusing towards a lot of newer viewers. But yeah, basically Falcon says for 2 energy, 3 power, on revealed, return your 1-cost cards to your hand. So we combine Falcon with Beast in a deck that is essentially packing a lower curve and a game plan that revolves around playing our little dudes, bouncing them back, and then getting to play them for
bounce
cheaper.
deck.
Generally speaking, you don't want a Falcon first. You want a Beast first, because Beast will reduce the cost of your 1-drops and everything you bounce by 1. So that when you play Falcon, your 1-drops will cost 0. So you'll be able to bounce them back and be able to play them at the very last turn for essentially 0 energy.
It's a good thing I'm rewatching this because I watched the video and then like I kind of forgot about like the order he talks about, like the optimal order.
Which allows you to just storm the board like crazy. And because we're playing onto the board, but we're bouncing back to our hand, cards like Bishop are stronger than ever in a deck like this. With 3 energy, 1 power initially, Bishop can easily reach 10 power and beyond in this sort of deck, which makes him an exceptional engine. As
like I'm telling you, and I'll link MegaMogwai's video down below. Like I'm gonna play some games with this deck, but I don't know how they'll go, and I'll discuss that in a sec. But yeah, like I'm telling you, I have gotten Bishop buff, dude. Like, oh my god, if you play this deck right, Bishop will just be sitting there just swole. Like he is like, I had people dropping like death on me and like just other high power cards, and Bishop's just sitting there like, what? Like it is crazy. Like if you get Bishop down and you're able to like you know, get like a beast and then a Falcon like after, like he gets insanely strong.
Angela also serves the same role. Angela and Collector, alongside Bishop, represent the main sources of strength within our deck. These are the snowball cards. Chad Lecter, as I like to call him, with those very impressive pectoral muscles, is a very, very good asset to have alongside Angela to just keep growing.
I'm a fan of the new variant.
To our hand, the Collector will get a boost, and the same goes for Moon Girl duplicating it, as the idea is by playing cards like Hood that spawn demons in our hand, and generating cards like Rocket Raccoon that we can bounce back to our hand with the on-reveal buff already have happened, we can copy these and create multiple copies of them with Moon Girl, empowering the Collector and also allowing us to just vomit out a bazillion 1-drops on turn 6. Matchups that you gotta watch out for. I argue that Death Wave is the...
Listen, pay attention right here, okay?
The worst one, not because of Killmonger specifically, because we can dodge Killmonger with our sequencing and having our opponent gain initiative over us, so we can dump the 1-drops and they just don't get the window to kill them. Like, Killmonger can be played around. The problem is a turn 5 death can completely, a turn 5 wave can completely shut us down because we're very reliant on being able to chain a bunch of plays at the last turn. It's also...
So I've been playing a bunch of games with this deck. Like, even when I lose, like, I kind of have fun with it, you know? But wave is somewhat of an issue. It depends. Like, a turn 5 wave is much worse than like a turn 3 wave. Because turn 3, you still have a couple more turns to like play around with, because sometimes they'll drop like a turn 3 wave and I'm like, okay, I was only gonna play like 1 card. You know, like if they turn 3 wave and it's like the turn when I was gonna like Falcon or Beast and it's like, okay, whatever, you know? So, but yeah, definitely watch out for it because it can gum up your game a little bit.
Also important to pay good attention to initiative and such. If you're expecting that your opponent may be playing Leech, you can actually dump your hand, they reveal Leech, and then you bounce everything back on turn 5 to your hand. So there are ways to navigate around
something like that.
More meta matchups. But I'd say cards like Wave and even the not so common but backbreaking Sandman can completely shut up.
So, before we dive into Sandman, Leech also, I don't see it as a huge deal because mainly, like MegaMogwai is saying, like, you want like a Bishop and an Angela and Collector out there. So if they leech, and like, just imagine, say I have a Collector on one lane, a Bishop on another, Angela on another, right? Like, hopefully Collector's already gotten buff. Bishop's getting buffed just by cards being there. Angela, if I've cleared out that lane and she's the only one there, I can buff her up. And sometimes you could buff Angela up twice because you're bouncing things back. So I'm not as worried about Leech as well.
Us down, so keep that in mind. When it comes to the 1-drops, I chose the ones that I thought would fit this strategy best, the ones that I would think would give me the most points, even though So
I thought I was going to dive into Sandman a little bit more. Sandman, huge pain in the butt. You can only drop 1 card at a time, 1 turn, and that completely just counters this deck. I ran into 1 last night, and it was not fun. I think in a couple games, Mogwai runs into him too. Is it Mogwai? Is it just Mogwai? Sorry, I've been calling you MegaMogwai. My bad.
Could run stuff like Iceman, I'd rather just go for pure value, as we have the Hood, which can generate us demons, which will also empower the Collector by just adding that to our hand. Ant-Man represents 4 power, very easy to enable as a last turn 1-drop. Hawkeye, I think, is exceptional with Beast because and just bouncing mechanics in general, because even though we can't dump Hawkeye at the very last turn if we want to get full value out of them, we can play him on turn 5 and get a 5 power 1-drop or even more if we manage to bounce him several times, which is really, really, really neat and definitely warrants a slot here. Nightcrawler I like a lot because I can play alongside Angela and then move out of the way to continue to buffer. I can also move Nightcrawler into the lane that I want to beast so that I get to bounce it back again. And then we got Rocket Raccoon, aka People Trip, because he be tripping. My Pixel Rocket Raccoon, isn't he beautiful? Is a very nice asset to the strategy. Really like it because it has an unreal effect that will permanently boost its power. So when we bounce it back, it'll regain those boosts, and we can play it again and again. Now, fantastic one drop to play at the very last turn of the game because we have a pretty good idea where our opponent is going to try to allocate their last power. So that is the gist of the deck right there. Goose to help us. Goose,
good one too. All right, so yeah, so a couple things, like Mogwai is saying too, the other cards on here that can get pretty buff are Hawkeye and Rocket. Now, I will say this, Rocket, I love you, I love your card. I wish I had a variant of him. There's one that's like very like cartoony where he has like the gigantic gun. Have any of you played the Guardians of the Galaxy game, by the way? So good. I think that game is so underrated. It's so fun. I need to play it again, maybe over the Christmas break time. But anyways, if you're familiar with me and my playstyle, I am not a fan of cards that only do their stuff when somebody else plays on that location. All right. I have had a ton of games where I just miss. I miss with Rocket. I try to play him a little bit later, turn 2, turn 3, where I have a little bit more of an idea of where they're going to play, and man, maybe I just suck at it. Like, I don't know. But when he works, he works. I've had some games where I'm able to drop Rocket, get him buffed, all right? Falcon him up, drop him again, get him buffed, beast him up, drop him again, get him buffed, right? And then you get like a Moon Girl or something. Like, this deck is so fun. Like, when it works, it works. I cannot tell you how many games I won where people snapped on me and they dumped so much power and then just, these guys get huge. So it's a really fun deck. What I will say is though, and I'm gonna, as I do with all the deck checks, I'm gonna play straight through some games, all right? I want you to see the losses too. This deck can go very poorly. I've had a lot of games. I've had a lot of games where I literally do not get Collector, Bishop, or Angela. I'll tell you right now, this deck will not win without, I would say at least 2 of those 3 cards. Those 3 cards need to be on the board, and they need to be on the board early. Collector can get really huge because of Beast and Falcon going back into your hand, but he can also get big off Moon Girl. But yeah, like, you might be able to get away with one of these cards on there if you get some good Hawk buffs and Rocket buffs. But just as part of the strategy that I don't think MegaMogwai touched on, or Mogwai, is that you really need some of these cards on the board. If not, and I talked about this in the last video, retreat. Like, by turn 3, if one of these cards is not in your hand or on the board and you can make something cool happen, get out, all right? Because you can have all of these other cards and it's just not gonna work. I will say this, I have had some situations where I was able to dump just a ton of demons on the last turn. Like, I think there was one game where I was able to drop 4 demons on the last turn, and that's 24 power across the board, however you choose to play it. So that's a possibility too, all right? But yeah, that's the gist of this deck. Again, it is very fun. I like it. It's different than all the other decks I play. It's all very low power. Goose, I'm always looking for a reason to use Goose. Amazing card. So yeah, I actually, full transparency, I replaced Goose last night. I tried experimenting with some other cards. And here's one of those just thinking errors that we run into. Because I was sitting there, I was like, how much is Goose actually doing for me, right? But the thing is, when Goose works, you're not gonna realize it because he's blocking lanes. Do you see what I mean? Like, a lot of other cards, you'll see how you're blocking them, but with Goose, they just can't play there, you know? So I started having a little Goose hate in my head, but then I caught my error, tossed him back in the deck, or her. I don't know if Goose is a boy or a girl based on canon. Let me know down in the comments. I'm gonna shut up. Let's jump into some games. All right, so by the way, as we get started, some of you know, I've been playing around with my mic, trying to get it better. I think I got it where I want to. For some reason, when I'm editing, I hear like sometimes at the end of the sentences, like the sound just kind of drops off. I need to figure out a fix for that. But anyways, let me know in the comments. I'm trying to find the balance between the sound effects of the game and the music. I hate silence. That's just something that always bothers me. So let me know how it is. Like right now, I don't hear the music, so I'm gonna keep playing around with it. If it's ever too loud, too soft, let me know. You're helping me out. Okay, so here I'm gonna drop my buddy Hawkeye first. Best one, easy buff. You just gotta drop a card there on the next turn. I'm liking this because I see a beast and I see a bishop. All right, also, Mogwai's play really helped me kind of learn how to do this because sometimes you're gonna wanna save cards just so you can get them buff, okay? All right. Ooh, we're playing a mirror deck. Oh crap! So I just mentioned, you know, oh I have these in my deck. I forgot Attilan. By the way, they need to fix this. This one. Oh, also, this is the location right now. As the time of recording this, I hate this location for this deck because there are no cards in here that I want to sacrifice. I may have to do a follow-up video when Vormir is gone. But anyways, I'm gonna put Bishop down. He's probably the most valuable card I have because like I said, you need to have one of those cards, Bishop, Angela, or Collector out here ASAP. Woo! All right, Attilan, not bugging. Okay. All right, here we go. So I like this. I'll put this here. See, this is where I'm guessing. This is where I'm guessing. But also, it's turn 4, so he might be trying to drop something bigger. But I want to buff some cards and bring some cards back if I get something. Okay, so now we also want to buff Bishop, though. So I'm going to leave this open just in case I get Beast. If I get Falcon, even better. But here's the other thing. If I don't get one of those cards, that's another issue with this deck that you'll run into. We're playing against a similar deck. So what this person's doing, I've considered doing it. So I may tweak this deck a little bit because some of you saw I do have Agent Coulson, and yes, we got Falcon. I do have Agent Coulson, so I definitely am a fan. Yeah, an Agent. So that kind of leans more on Collector. But I might do that and swap out Angela. I do think Angela might be slightly overrated, especially because she got nerfed by 1 power, but yeah. Okay, so what I've been doing is, so see how I'm building on the middle and left? I'm gonna sacrifice my Falcon. Like, your 3 power will live. Okay, but see how I'm getting cards on the board.
Iron Man.
Ooh, that's interesting. See, now if I had Beast and like a Moon Girl, this would go a lot better. We might lose this. Let's see. So he can't play anything high power here. Now, I'm about to dump some stuff, but I don't know if we're gonna win this. Let me see. Because we're here. Yeah, see, if I had Bishop over here, I'd feel a lot more confident. Even Collector. Wait, am I crazy? Oh, I got I was like, where's my demon? I got the demon, Attilan put it back in my deck. That's annoying. I'm pretty sure this is an L. It'd be cool if like, yeah, we're gonna retreat. It'd be cool if Hawkeye, if it was just play a card after him. Especially for this type of deck. Like, come on, Hawkeye's so weak. Make his ability so if you just play a card after him. There's a lot of times I wish that would happen. So yeah, this is an L. If our cards were positioned a little bit differently, I think we could win. You know what? YOLO. Let's do this. Let's just see what cards he was going to play. Just to test that theory. Get some more power on the board. Let's just see. Okay, so he went to the right. So his deck is heavily based on Collector. I'm not a fan of that. Not a fan. But look, watch Bishop. Look at this. Are you guys seeing this? Are you guys paying attention right now? Okay? Like, I just played this through just so we can kind of see what decks out there. So here's the other thing too. Once I hit Infinite, I'm gonna do stuff like this just to see what decks are out there that I'm not familiar with. I've seen decks like this, but here's why I said I'm not a fan. Their deck, purely based on Collector. If this person does not have Collector in their hand, I'd have to see their whole deck. But like, what are they gonna do? You know? Like, it seems like it is so heavily based on Collector. I do not like decks that are based around one card. Like this bounce deck, 3 cards, okay? I would say Angela is probably the weakest of the 3. We were able to get all of them down there. But yeah, look at this. We have an 11 power Bishop. Now, if we were able to get a Beast and like a Moon Girl, like think about that. If I had a Beast that turned a bunch of my one drops into 0, right? Then I Moon Girled them. At the end of the game, boom, 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 just cards. Just cards everywhere, and Bishop is huge, all right? Next game. All right, what are we working with? Okay, I'm a fan. I got 2 1-drops, and I got a Falcon, but here's the other thing that you gotta pay attention to. Falcon is only good if you have Collector or you have Bishop on the board. I guess Angela works too. But yeah, you gotta watch out for Killmonger. Usually if they snap on turn 5, it's a Killmonger situation. Ooh, nice, okay. So another thing that you gotta look out for with this deck is filling your hand. So one of the reasons I bring that up right now is because I'm about to drop 2 demons here. This is like really cool, I like doing this. So I'm about to drop 2 demons. This is how you get 4 demons up in your hand. See, I'll have Moon Girl right here. But yeah, you gotta be mindful of filling your hand. So if you don't have a Bishop, Collector, or Angela in your hand, and you're about to fill that thing up, you know, you on reveal? Dang! Didn't know that. Okay, let's do this. See if we can limit what he puts here in the future. This is a destroy deck. Ooh, oh, lordy. All right. So what's good here is, oh, nice. Dang it. So here's what I'm gonna do. Because I'm gonna swoop these up on the next one. So this is gonna be decent. But not everything is gonna go in our hand. I'm not sure.
Wind.
That I don't mind right there. Okay, so it looks like they're running a Surfer deck. Oh my God, if they're running a Surfer deck, that means they can Surfer on Camartage. Okay, I'm trying to think. Okay, check this out. All right, so we're taking all these back. They're gonna, oh no, that's not a huge deal, but that's annoying. So we're gonna get all these back for 0. So he's not gonna swoop it up. I was hoping to get these 2 back in the hand too. All right, but look at that right lane over there. Now we're somewhat screwed because they're gonna drop Surfer. I'm just gonna play it through. Wait, I said I wasn't gonna retreat. What am I doing? So yeah, I'm not gonna retreat. But just to show you what could go wrong, this is a Surfer deck. The RNG kind of worked against us. They had Camartage with Forge into a Brood. Like, not much we can do. But you're about to learn why I think you should have Shang-Chi in a lot of decks. Okay. But yeah, so look, you can only get so buff here. Let's actually do this. Because you're going to drop Surfer right there. We'll buff Rocket a little bit. Do this, this. But yeah, look how much energy I still have left, right? Ooh, should we put, this happens a lot. Should we put Sunspot in this deck? That might be cool. But yeah, once you hit infinite, like just donate cubes, who cares? Wouldn't it be funny though if we got Bishop so buff that we won? Oh wait, yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. Wolfsbane on there too. Yeah, so the other thing is too, like this is just a bad matchup. Bad matchup, bad locations. But yeah, Kamartage against a Surfer. But our Goose wasn't able to be effective because Surfer's dropping a bunch of 3. But yeah, you see these guys? You see these guys? If I was running Magantris, I'm always gonna say that. If I was running Magantris, these things would have exploded. Bugs gone. And then Captain Marvel would have flown over here, woo, all over to the flooded area, turn that into 19, and then AJV 1785 would be like, well, that didn't work out. All right, next game. But yeah, like, I like this deck. It's fun. It's like putting things out. Like, it's hard for the opponent to like keep up with what you're doing and knowing what you have. Like, I really enjoy that. Like, that's why I want to play around with more decks and like find ones that work. But like, you know, like after you hit infinite, you just play around and experiment. I really enjoy that. Machine World might work to our benefit. Vormir, why do you do this to me? It's like, what, you want a Goose? Go for it. Do your thing. The highest cost card that we have in here that we can't play here is Moon Girl. Oh well. Alright, let's see. We have 3. Let's go ahead and do this. Yeah, so if like Hawkeye was like an Angela, does Angela get buffed off of Nightcrawler moving? I've heard people like mention it. Like, does she? Let's see. Oh, see, I suck with Rocket. I suck with Rocket. Oh, wait, no. Oh, but, oh, so we can get Nightcrawler buff. I didn't even realize I was, Kunlun? I can't remember. If you watch the Iron Fist series, they mention it. Oh, you're just gonna sacrifice my Goose like that. Goose deserved better. All right, so are you all seeing what's happening? I mentioned this. We have no Collector, no Bishop. Angela, by far the weakest of the 3, in my opinion. Huh. Let's do this. So I'm gonna swoop up my 1 cost, but also buff Angela a little bit. Then we could drop Nightcrawler again. Like, I'm not super concerned about these having like 1 less. Oh, and that's what I love. I love when that happens. Here. What just happened? We just brought him back in right before. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Oh, that made him retreat. Were they banking on that the whole time? That's hilarious. So I guess that was good. They thought, I don't know, I guess they thought I had more. Like, I was kind of worried about that game. Like, look what we have in our hand. With 2 turns left, like I was probably gonna drop Angela on the right side again. All right, then I was gonna try Rocket again. I was gonna put Nightcrawler on the left, move him over on turn 6, you know? So that's kind of what I was planning on doing. But yeah, I'll take it. All right, let's do one more. Let's do one more just so you get a feel. You get a feel for how this works. Too, fun fact. So like I've really been wanting to play Beast in a deck because growing up with like the X-Men 90s, those millennials, you know what I'm saying? Like Beast was one of my favorites. Love that dude. Heard he's kind of a jerk in the comics, but that's for another time. Oh boy. Like, I think we're safe. Like, maybe they have something they want to sacrifice to come to Vormir, or maybe they just can't play. Ooh. All right. Hope you're afraid. Hope you're afraid of Hala. Oh, they're not. Check this. Uh-oh, Polaris. Polaris, you going bye-bye. All right, so Goose here. Yeah, I think that's the play. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Where are you going to put that Arnim Zola, fool? Snap. We'll snap on that. He might retreat. I don't know if he realizes he can't play Arnim Zola there. Like, he could have a white tiger, but even if he does, like, because he would have to white tiger middle or right. Bye-bye. That is why, again, I will say it again, you do not build decks. Like, I mentioned this in the last video. Like, if you just want to have fun, if you just want to have fun in this game, you don't mind the infinite, like getting the infinite, cool. Totally cool. But if you want to rank up, like that right there, the Arnim Zola Black Panther, that's a novelty deck, right? You need Wong, you need Black Panther, you need Arnim Zola. You need all three of those cards in the right order. You have to have Wong on turn 4, Black Panther turn 5, Zola on 6. Has to be the case. But aside from you needing those in that order, you also gotta hope that I'm not playing my Majantress deck where I'm gonna Enchantress this dude. Now you're gonna get one Arnim Zola, one Black Panther copy off. You're also gonna have to hope I don't have Shang-Chi in my deck, which is gonna explode Arnim Zola, not Arnim Zola, but it's gonna explode Black Panther, and I only need to beat you with, what is this, 2, yeah. Wong is a 4-2. I just need 3 power on this lane. The Arnim Zola Black Panther, I made a video when I was trying it out. First off, I didn't have much luck with it. Second off, it's just not good. There are way too many counters. There's like, maybe I'll do a whole video on novelty decks. It's like, oh, well, this is a fun deck. This is fun. When I get 36 power on 2 locations just from Black Panther, I had fun doing it. Dope, that's fun. But if you want to rank, don't do it. It's easily countered, all right? All right, everybody, that is Mogwai's bounce deck. I called it bouncy. I'm glad I got to do this video because I was able to talk through some things in my mind. I did leave a comment on his video. I'm like, is there any reason you don't use Khazar in this deck, right? You got so many 1-drops. But like I mentioned too, Sunspot might be dope for this deck. If I had to, I'd probably, whoops, get back in there for now, Angela. I'd probably replace Angela. I'm gonna switch my variant too. I love the new infinite border so much. I've been just using that instead of the splits. But yeah, so I might swap in Sunspot. If you have any suggestions that you would make for this, go for it. I love to hear them. I like experimenting. Some of you have helped me, like with that Dr. Doom video I made yesterday, the 2.0. So leave your comments down below. But yeah, this deck, like, can it get you to infinite? I don't know. Maybe, I know I'm gonna experiment with it going into the next season. I'm gonna keep playing with it, tweaking it, learning it. You gotta use this in a lot of different scenarios to really get it down, know when you need to retreat, what's gonna work and stuff like that. But yeah, really, but in any case, I have fun with this deck, all right? So anyways, that's all I got for this video. Make sure you check down the description, go over, check out Mogwai's channel. He's also a streamer. This might be bad timing because he's going on a break right now. He's like visiting family for the holidays and everything, but that gives you time to go binge his stuff and check it out. Really smart dude. All right, but if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new, make sure you subscribe, turn on that notification bell. Trying to reach 3,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Great Christmas present to me, if you could do so. And stay tuned, we will be starting up a Discord server this weekend. I might need some mods, some people to make sure nobody's acting up in there, you know what I mean? So yeah, stay tuned, that will be coming, all right? But yeah, have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll see you next time.